small and medium businesses in Australia are the best places to work. It's a big call, I know, but hear me out. Small to medium business makes up over 70% of the Australian market, and that not only shows that it's incredibly important to support the SME space, but it shows that SMEs are the largest employer in Australia. So what's so great about working with small to medium businesses? Well, it's no secret that the What's Next team are incredibly passionate about small to medium business, and for so many reasons. There are so many opportunities that small to medium businesses have to become amazing workplaces. And today I wanted to talk to you about 5 key things that make small to medium businesses amazing and that differentiate them between large corporate organisations. These 5 points are things that small to medium businesses can be using to market to their potential employees, potential and future employees, and also current employees. And these are the things that differentiate them between large organisations. So the first one is the flexibility and the opportunity to innovate. When you think about it, large corporate organisations, when they have new ideas or have to innovate or make changes, typically that always comes from the top. Senior management level, when they're sitting around the boardroom table, that's when ideas are tossed around and then changes are actually made. It's very rare to find a large organisation where ideas are allowed to come from the lower levels in the business and changes are made quickly and rapidly. Where in small business, every single person in an organisation in a small business has the opportunity to put forward ideas, and it's expected, or it should be anyway. I know within What's Next we have a whole series about innovation. We have a competition where each of us team up with a partner, and we have a number of months to actually put together an innovation project. We then have to present that to the team, and those are ideas that they have to be applicable to the business, and we have to put a business case forward, those types of things. But every single person in the business, regardless of whether you're a receptionist or you're a manager, you're involved in that process and you have the opportunity to make the change. Small businesses also have the flexibility to move and change direction very, very quickly to meet their market, and that's something that large organisations can take months or even years to actually do to meet the market. So it puts small business ahead, but it also gives employees in small business a greater opportunity to be a part of that innovation. Second thing is a sense of belonging. Typically in small to medium business, the owner of the business is still very active in the organisation, and that means that each employee has the greater opportunity to be connected to the owner or the founder of the business or the senior management team, and that means that they have a greater alignment to the organisation's purpose and the company's history as well. That all equals a higher level of employee morale and a higher sense of engagement, because that team feel is greater than you can achieve in a large corporate organisation. The third thing is there is actually greater career opportunities in small business. Now I know that you might all be yelling at me right now and saying no, because everybody wants to be a manager, and in small business we can't allow them to do so because we have minimal positions. It's not actually the case. In small businesses you have the opportunity to offer employees a greater width and depth of experience, so they can actually become a master in their domain. Career opportunities, and this is where people in small to medium businesses need to kind of shift their way of thinking. Career opportunities don't necessarily mean just moving up the ladder, and that's how it's looked at or looked in from a corporate perspective. Career opportunities are actually giving an employee the ability to widen their skill set or deepen their knowledge in what they actually do and become a master of their space. It doesn't necessarily mean moving from a junior to a mid-level to a senior management role. It doesn't have to mean that. And we all know that in small to medium business, you have to wear a number of different hats, and that gives you a very wide scope and a lot of exposure to different areas of a position or different areas of a business that you don't get when working in a large corporate organisation. The fourth thing is the ability that employees have to influence and be part of the future growth plans and the success of the business. every single person, and when we start with it, it comes with that connection to the history of the business and also the purpose, the reason that the business exists. When they have that connection, there's a deeper sense of engagement, and it means that every single person in the organisation, again, regardless of their role, has the opportunity to influence the success of the business and the future growth plans and the path that the business actually follows. And it also allows senior management or the owner and founder of the business to include everybody in the team in some instances. And again, all that means is there's a greater sense of belonging. There's a greater sense and a greater attachment to the purpose of the organisation, and that can only mean success for a business. The fifth thing is the ability to be transparent and celebrate the wins when they happen. When you look at, again, large corporate organisations, and I know when I worked in a large corporate organisation, we would typically get a newsletter on a quarterly basis that would say, these are the big deals that the business actually won in that quarter. This is where we're sitting. We hit target or we didn't hit target, and this is what we need to hit next month. That's typically it. You read it for yourself. There was no excitement. There was no sense of ownership around the part that I played in that success, or the part that I played in not quite achieving the quarterly target. In a small business or small to medium business, every single person has the opportunity to celebrate those wins. And you also have the opportunity to give a greater amount of feedback as well. Every single person, regardless of who you are, wants feedback. Everybody wants a pat on the back. We all just want it in different ways. So it's incredibly important that small to medium businesses utilise that opportunity of being smaller to recognise people for their contribution. And again, regardless of the position, everybody plays a part in the successes of an organisation. So it's incredibly important to actually recognise those. And it allows the owner of the business, because of the size of the organisation, allows the owner of the business to be transparent in communicating with their team on future goals or future vision, or what has been achieved or what hasn't been achieved, and how that's going to change as well. So I put it to you, what is your organisation's unique selling points to your employees? What are the things that you offer that large corporate organisations can't? And you need to get away from trying to compete on salary or benefits, because it just won't happen. We're not there, and we shouldn't be competing on those things. Small to medium business have so many other things that we can offer employees. We need to be focusing on those. So I challenge each of you to take some time over the coming weeks, as we're heading into Christmas, to actually sit down and really think about what those things are. And I'm incredibly excited about hearing your feedback and hearing what each of you come up with. So please don't hesitate to either email me at knightingale@wattsnext.com.au and share your unique selling points. Thank you.